So if I want to do roll call now, you just signify by answering me. So you confirm if you can hear me clearly. Aderemi Ayomide, you can hear me clearly, right? King Vic, you can hear me clearly, right? Unmute your mic and say it. King Vic, can't hear you. You saying anything? Sodiq, can you hear me? Mr. Sodiq Olarinwaju, can you hear me? Oh, everybody's muted. Okay, I think I should kick off the class now. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Can we hear me? Okay, so introduction to graphic design, right? Graphic design is about telling somebody a story through either flat image or motion graphics. But we're not doing motion graphics, you're doing 2D designing now. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's graphic design basically. I don't teach with too much of English. I teach with explanation so you get what I'm saying. Not too much grammar, but you get what I'm saying. So graphic design is telling somebody something like like advertising a product or a service with an image and text. That's basically what graphic design is. So let's go through my notes. Graphic design is a craft where professionals create visual content to communicate messages by applying visual hierarchy and page layout techniques. Right? So designers use typography and pictures to meet user specific need and focus on logic displaying elements and in interactive design to optimize the user experience. All of these things, all of what this thing is saying is we are trying to tell somebody about something using picture and text. Do you get what I'm saying? Anybody following what I'm saying? Hello. You have to be interactive, please. I don't like teaching people and they're quiet. Yeah. Yeah, good evening. Welcome. Yeah. So, to the next slide, visual hierarchy and design principles. One, size and scale. What's his name again? Adoremi, you understand what I'm saying, right? What I mean by size and scale. Okay, so can you give us a rundown of what that means before I come on to explain? Just say anything. Just say what you understand. Yeah, I say, can you give us a rundown on what size and scaling mean in graphic design? So I would explain after you're done talking. All right, so size and scale are one of the core principles of graphic design, and they affect on the meaning of your design, and it can help the viewer to identify easily the most important elements of your design and focus on the main information. So look at this page properly. The first thing you see is the number one, right? Hello. The first thing you see, yes, is number one. Then the second thing you see is size and scale. Then the body of the um, presentation. Somebody trying to join. Let me see. Okay, nobody. Oh, okay. So that's the first thing you see, right? Who is the person trying to join? Okay. Please mute your mics, please. Person that is having that dog barking in the background, just mute your mic. Okay, thank you. So that's where was I? Sorry for the interruption. So size and scaling is what you want the viewer or your audience to see first should be the main purpose or the main identity of that particular design. So if I'm advertising for a close-up advert or I'm doing hypo or a real estate advert, the first thing I want the audience to see should be the main body, like the main caption of the whole design. I can just put hypo in the middle, then every other details come like underneath it. I'll give you some examples. Let me upload some examples from comment, please. Image, yeah, image two, browse. Just hold on. Pictures. Let me open some of my designs and I'll show you. Okay, coming. Let me see if I have. Okay, yeah, I have something I can share. So this is what I mean by size and scaling. See, this is a church flyer, right? The theme of a church flyer is the biggest or the heaviest text on the banner. Then all other details comes after. You get. So I want to project this to my audience. I would have to make the theme project first. Then the other details comes underneath. You get. So I'm trying to pass a message to somebody. I'm saying, come to this event, come for this vigil. This is what you have to experience, or this is what you have to hear the pastor talk about. That's the theme of the event. Then the other things comes. That's the first um, thing, size and scale. Then the next we are going to focus on is color and contrast. Talking about visuality hierarchy, color and contrast is used in design composition to drive the viewer's attention to specific graphics elements through contrasting color palettes where the most important elements are where the most important elements use brighter colors. So look at this my presentation, my slide. I have yellow holding the color and contrast. So when you look at this, the first thing your eye goes to, it's either the number two or the color and contrast, right? So I'm trying to design a flyer now. I should understand what the flyer is all about. If it's, let's say, a baby's dedication, right? I will not use matured colors. I'll use all these. I'll use playful colors that baby can actually um, read immediately. Babies can actually read immediately. Instead of using matured colors, I'll use those colors to like create a particular design. But if I'm doing a design for a corporate firm, their colors are appeals to corporate firm that I should use. If I'm doing a design for a tech firm, I know I should use blue and the likes. If I'm creating a logo for a particular brand, I should check the colors that actually fits the particular brand business before I start my design. Are we following? Somebody should answer, please. Are we following? Somebody should unmute and answer. Is it making sense? Okay, so the next I'll be going to is typography hierarchy. Now, this is very important because some designers will just come and jam pack everything without giving us something to look at. Don't know if I have any bad design in my portfolio. Just hold on, let me see. I should have one bad design. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any. Just to give you an example of what I mean by designers doing something that is not appealing to the eyes. Because you have to give us something that we are actually looking at. There's a design, right? There should be a tag, there should be the theme, there should be the purpose of making that banner. If that thing is not standing out, it means somebody will look at your design, I don't, and the person might not know at a glance what's going on in the design. Are we following? Are we following? Yes, sir. Yeah. I like to be interactive. Please, once I say are we following, please somebody should just answer from the audience. Anybody can just say yes, we are following. Yeah, thank you very much. So the next is that's typography hierarchy. You have to align your text. If the theme is coming first, it should be in the middle. Then other things follows, right? So then spacing. Spacing is a visual hierarchy. Spacing in the visual hierarchy is used to give all your graphics elements in design more space and room to breathe. and this will make it easier for your viewer to identify objects in your design and order them by importance. Now, I say there's a real estate advert I want to do, and I want to say price increase a lot. Okay, let me just upload one graphic so you understand what I'm saying. I have one graphic somewhere. So price increase a lot. This has the let me go back to my slide. It's following the color and contrast, size and scale first, color and contrast, typography hierarchy, then spacing. So some of us we just go ahead to design and we don't take note of all of these things. We just say, yes, I'm a designer. Yeah, fine. Everybody's good with Canva, Photoshop, CorelDRAW, and the likes. But we should actually notice all of these things so our design will come out better. Sometimes we just jam pack everything at once and you feel like you're a good designer, but nobody can actually relate to what you are designing, right? So if there's proper color, then proper typography, like hierarchy, then spacing, your design must come out well. No matter how simple it looks, to just tell the message immediately. Let me upload another design for you to understand what I'm talking about. So this is another design coming, coming. So this is another design, right? So we're talking about TGIF. That's Thank God It's Friday. See, rest is sweet after labor. So everything is good here. TGIF big, rest is sweet after labor comes next. Then the social media handles and everything. Then the company's logo at the side. Then the image behind depicting or interpreting what the flyer is saying. So sometimes we actually do designs and we misplace our what's it called now? We misplace the purpose in which that design is meant for. Sometimes we say rest is sweet after labor, then we put truck behind it, or we put one woman in the market. It's not correlating, it does not make any sense, right? So these are the things that you actually look at before designing anything. Get the story first. If you are doing a picture or sorry, a flyer for a clinic, you know you need a hospital, you need a what's it called? What's that thing that they hang in the ear and stethoscope, yes, or an injection or drug or medicine or anything that actually aligns to hospital. Then you are doing you're an advert for a school. There's a school bus, there are students, the building itself and all. Then real estate, you know that you are doing for buildings, lands and all. So all of these things actually are the things that you look at before starting any design. Are we following? Are we following? Somebody should answer in the audience, please. Thank you very much. You're the only person that's actually looking at this. My are we following? So the next thing again, most important again is proximity. Proximity is one of the basic graphic design principles. Proximity rules in the visual hierarchy are say that the things that are related should be nearer to the things. Okay, yeah. So just the whole grammar here is saying that if I'm to put dates and time, I should not put dates on the left hand panel of my design, then put time at the top. Do you get what I'm saying? Or I'll put the theme in the middle, then put the subtopic after date and time. Let's say there's a big theme, then there's a subtitle. Then I put date and time first, then put the subtitle after the date and time. It doesn't make any sense. Where you have dates, you put date there, then put time, then maybe social media handle comes after. Like one of these designs I uploaded. Let me upload it again. So you see, let me upload something else, I guess. So you see what I'm saying there. Image. No, no, let me just use this. Sorry. Excuse me. Let's just use this again. Price increase alert. Then I put the time effective from November 2021. You see, so I cannot put price increase then put alert after underneath 7 year payment plan on two bedroom to three bedroom flats. Mowe, it doesn't make any sense, right? Those things are related to each other. You put it together, then like that, you design like that. Are we following? Yeah, thank you very much. So that's the end of my slide. So we'll go through our design interface. That's the Photoshop soonest. Just give me a second. Let me upload Photoshop here. Photoshop, yes. This is Photoshop. I know. What's his name again? Let me see. Aderemi is a king here, right? Aderemi, please answer. Don't even whine us here. You're a king. You're a king in design. Please say it. Own it with your full chest. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're a king in design. If you upload your designs now, you see that you're better than me. But you want to whine us. Yeah. So, okay. All these guys that form learner. Please don't mislead us. Help us. Okay. So, yeah, this is Photoshop. Let me open my Photoshop from here. Okay. 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 What are we saying on my Photoshop? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I uploaded the right thing. Photoshop. Photoshop. This is PowerPoint. This is Chrome. This is my design. Okay, I think I need to restart my Photoshop. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, please. Downloads my class. Alright. Okay. Photoshop. Please do this fast for me. Okay, file. Send to my class. Alright, so I'll be, I'll be up in no time. Sorry. Don't resolve, please. Then back to my dear hair. Then Photoshop my class. Can we see my Photoshop panel? Everything. Is it visible enough? You said it's dark on your end. Oh, you're using a mobile phone. Who is using a computer there, please? Who is using a computer, please? Who is using a computer, please? Can you see my mouse, my cursor on? Let me see. Okay, pin. Got it. Okay, so when you open Photoshop, this is the first thing you see, right? It opens this way. So if you go ahead to File, you see a drop down that says New, Open, browse in bridge, open as smart objects, replace, open recent, close all, close lots and lots of that. Please, somebody in the background is making noise. Sorry. Then we go to the next panel. You see undo, redo, copy, merge, blah 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 blah. Then the next, like that, like that, like that. Then on the side here, you have your tool panel, right? So the best thing you do for yourself is anything you hover around, just stay there. You see what that tool is meant to do. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Like that's like how to teach yourself. If I'm done with this class, now the next class will now go to start to like design with our phones or with Photoshop. Then the next tool again, you see it's rectangular marquee tool. And the next tool we have lasso tool. Like that, you see it's object selection tool. Then there's crop tool. Are we seeing these things? Or it's not visible enough, please? Like nobody even said anything. Okay, let me reduce. Let me just bring it. Let me just crop it in. Yeah, I think it's better this way. Okay, is this good? Yeah, this is better, right? Yeah, thank you very much. Put off my mic. So let me go again. I can hear myself. Somebody is actually giving double feedback. King, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you very much. So we have this panel. We have this. We have a lot of things that we're actually working on today. So here is the two panel, the one that is vertical by the side. Think left hand side of your screens. Then we have the one that shows on top. So here you see file, edit image, blah 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 blah. Then on this side you see the tool panel where you get all of the tools that you're working with, right? Then one of the most important things you should note is how to arrange your interface. Very important. You might actually lose it. You might actually drag something and you have misplaced something somewhere and you don't know how to fix it. You may just come back to window, then workspace, then reset essential, then everything goes back to normal. I don't know why you guys are not seeing what I'm doing. I think Google has some a way of trying to block it. I don't know, but it's showing on my screen here. I think I'll do a video and upload in the group later. So it just show you everything that has to do with this particular class, as this particular place I'm explaining. Or let me check my the place I used to upload. Let me see display capture, browser source. No, window is window capture, image. No, 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 no. All right, so let's go on. So, like I said before, the best thing you can do for yourself is hover around anything, then stay there. You see the tool and what is used for. Hover around anything, stay there. You see the tool and what is used for. Very important. Just hover. Even when you're on Microsoft Office applications, it applies there too. When you're on Premiere Pro, it applies there. After Effects, the same thing. Adobe Audition, Adobe Prelude, and the likes. Once you just hover around any tool there, stay there, and you see that okay, this is what this tool is about, right? So this is how you help yourself. Just hover around any tool. You see the importance of that tool or why the tool is there to be used, right? So let me do a little recap on how we started and where we are now. Then before I round up, because I'll be rounding up very soon. So going back to my PowerPoint presentation, coming, yeah. That yeah, introduction to graphic design. So sorry. Said here, graphic design is a craft where professionals create visual content to communicate images, sorry, to communicate messages by applying visual hierarchy and page layout techniques. Designers use typography and pictures to meet their user specific needs and focus on the logic displaying elements in interactive design to optimize the user experience. Then we went to visual hierarchy and design principles. The number one, we did size and scale, where we said size and scale is one of the core principles of graphic design, and they affect the meaning of your design and can help the viewer to identify easily the most important element of your design. Now I'm saying, okay, Tinubu is going to win this election. The first thing I do is bring a picture of Tinubu behind first. Then the next thing is making Tinubu the subject matter of the design, right? Then going ahead to put the color of Nigeria or color of Tinubu's face or whatever. Then the next thing is color and contrast. I cannot be doing a design that's supposed to display or showcase happiness, and I start putting like dull colors. Doesn't make any sense, right? Then if you look at my presentation very well, you see that behind it there's a computer, there's a MacBook, sorry, Macintosh. Yes, Mac. Yes, there is something like Photoshop, Illustrator, Audition, After Effects, and the rest. On one side of the table, there's computer, something like, okay, there's a computer, there's a keyboard, I think there's a mouse somewhere. So that represents what this is all about, right? I cannot go behind and put a woman selling Gary at the bus stop for graphic design class. Now, if I want to do an advert for a woman selling Gary, I know I'll put a woman selling Gary behind or somewhere in the design. Then typography hierarchy, very important. The purpose of designing this thing is Nigeria. Nigeria is blessed. Let's say Nigeria is blessed, and I put Nigeria is blessed, and I put it very small in the center. Then every other thing comes and choke it up. When somebody looks at the design, they'll be like, ah, what is the purpose of this person? What's the purpose of this design? Like, I can't relate to this design. What am I looking at? The main aim of the design, the main theme of the design should come first. It should be outspoken there. Then other things will come underneath it. That's what's called typography hierarchy. Then spacing. Spacing is visual hierarchy used to give your graphic elements in design more space or room to breathe, and this will make it easier for your viewer to identify objects in your design in order of importance. Now, I just carry everything and like jam pack everything. Let's say number four is here, they are struggling with each other, and you look at the design and you're like, okay, where's my eye going to first? No space, nothing. The brain will be confused. The brain will try to look at, okay, where should I focus on first? Where should I read before I start going to the rest of the components of the design? Then proximity, very important, very very important. The things that are related on that particular design should be together. Let's say, like I explained before, the topic, then the subtopic or the text that's supposed to go underneath it should be underneath it. Not you do this, you put the topic somewhere in the middle, then you now put date and time after it, then put the subtopic after date and time. It will be confusing. The person will be like, okay, what's going on here? I think the graphic designer is trying to tell us that this particular thing would happen, this particular date, then the subtopic is coming underneath it, which is very very bad. Make your design user friendly, appealing to the eyes. It might be very simple but good. It might be very very simple but top notch. Okay, let me hammer on color. Sometimes we actually do good design, but but the color we choose actually affects it. Let me upload one design that my guy did. One of my friend, a guy, he did one design one time. So let me upload it so we understand what I'm actually saying. This card, please. I need to use image for this. Mm, very good design. I'm not saying it's not good. Very good design, but there's a but to this design. So this is a good design, but the color here is actually somehow, because this is the power of God's presence, right? That presence there is actually sinking into the background. And if I'm looking at this design from like a distance, I know that I'll be struggling to see what's there, the presence. So most of the time, what we need to do is make your text on top of your background come out. Either you use shadow or stroke. What's his name again? Aderemi. You can follow, right?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah. So that's basically what today's class is all about. Trying to understand why we actually want to go into designing and the basics. Because most designers, I bet you, most designers don't know all of these things. They just jump into designing. Then one more important thing that I didn't put in my slide: font. The usage of font. Don't, please, I beg you, don't pack different type of fonts and throw in one design. That's an error in designing. Let's say you are using Montserrat, please stick to Montserrat, and you can actually use, okay, another um, type of font. Just make it two. But if you want to use scripts, only you use scripts, only you use Calibri, only you use Lucida graphics and everything on one particular design, it will be. Who is doing that? Somebody wants to join. Tech for all. Okay. So since you are actually on the design, the particular font you are using, please don't repeat different fonts on one design. I beg you. It's wrong, totally wrong, because it looks like it looks scattered. Look at this guy now. He did just one particular type of font. It's either some are bold or some are heavy text, some are light, but one particular font, right? So that's how your design works. You don't just jump at a design and pack all the type of color, all the type of fonts, everything. Now, this is a very good design. That's what I said before. Look at the background, the power of God's presence. The background actually depicts what the design is all about, right? Then on top of it, you have the sorry, you have the theme, outspoken. Now, the name of the church is not really very important. That's why I kept it there small. Now, the zone or the parish is not really important. That's why I kept it there small. But what is important here is for you to know why this graphic designer is putting out this design. Let me go back to one of my designs. Excuse me. Let me use the CGI. So this, like, the image behind it is representing rest. Is sweet after labor, because the guy is eating something, then he's lying down at the beach. Then the TGIF is on top of it. Everybody can see it. Then rest is sweet after labor. So Adibin, I used somebody that is running somewhere or is running for help or begging for help on this design. It actually shows nothing. You get? There is no meaning to the design. Are we following? Are we following, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, any questions,
Yes,
please, for me?
we are following.
Any questions for me, please? Before I round up today's class, please. Any questions? So it means everybody understood what I said. Oh, I was just talking to myself.
No,
That does not sound convincing. Aderemi, please, do you have any question for me?
not not really.
Not really. Or you think the questions you have, I can't answer them.
But hello, sir.
Yeah. Somebody saying something, please go ahead.
let me just the samples of the flyer you were showing us.
Yeah.
No, Abba. Why are you flattering? Don't start flattering me.
Said?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I said the flyers you are showing us, the
Yeah.
samples the design you are showing us.
Yeah.
They are basically social media flyers, not like this flex
No,
banner.
no, no flex. No flex banner here today. Flex banner might come in the next class, but this particular whole class is actually focusing on social media first. Then we'll go to the version 2.0 of this class that will go into flex banner designs. I know you're a professional, you're a pro, but there are some persons here that don't know how to design social media designs first. So we'll target them first. Then when we're going to the version 2.0 of the class, we now move to flex banner designs and all of that. Then maybe we'll now do later on, we'll now do motion graphic design where we use for After Effects and some bit of Premiere Pro. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not sir. My name is Daniel, please. Oladiti, you have not said anything since you entered this class. You have any question? Have you been designing before? You have not designed. This is your first time. Okay, see, somebody like where is he? He has left the class. Okay, Aderemi, you see, somebody's first time in this class. So we cannot just jump into banner designs, flex banner designs. You get?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, please. I know you're a pro. I give you all the adoration, all the respect. I greet you, sir. Who else is in this class? King Vic. Any questions, please, for me?
No, sir. Right now, no, I don't have any.
Right now, no, you don't have any. Okay, you understand all of these parts.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So for you, what's the most important part of design? From the
Basically, the color and text formation.
thank you very much. Color and text formation, but there's a story behind it too that's actually very important. That's the picture you are putting your text and color on top of. Very important. Very, very important. Tell the story first. When I work on my designs, I do the background first. So once the background is done, then I start adding colors and text on top of it. But if your background is not ready yet, you finally do a design and does not mean anything because the person is actually looking at the design and saying, "Nah, why is the text here? The image behind it does not relate to anything in the text." So, do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, I get.
Yeah, thank you very much. So this will be the end of today's class. By the next class, we'll be doing. Okay, so hold on, please. We'll be taking understanding typography, character styling, color theory in graphic design. That like going into it properly. Then we actually do some designs too and everything. Then week three will be working with. Sorry. So the next class is tomorrow, right? Yes, tomorrow because I supposed to do my class yesterday, which is Monday, Wednesday, then Friday. So the next class will be going through Adobe Photoshop proper, navigating the tools and interface and everything, knowing what one tool is used for, and trying to open a new composition, trying to say, okay, let me push my layer here and that and that. When we do all of that, then the next week we'll now be doing okay, text formatting, text lane, character lane, then character styling if it's italics, if it's going to be straight, bold and everything. Then the color theory, because if you don't understand color, you might not be able to do design. So when I started designing logo, I know that okay, school for a school logo you need yellow. Yeah. Then for a transport company, there are colors that actually appeal to transport companies. There are colors that actually appeals to life like hospital and the rest of them. Their colors actually appeal to real estate and all. Then food color, then all of that. So when you go to color theory in design, we'll go to that part. You now see okay why color is really important. Then the week three we will be working with layers, blend modes, designing web and graphic design, then social media design and all. Thank you very much for your time. We see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate.
Thank you for my time
Thank
too.
you so.
Okay, I'll be ending this in three, two, one.